Good evening. I'm going to call the March 12th, 2024 Finance meeting to order. I am present. Councilmember De La Rada, Councilmember McPartlin, Councilmember Moskowitz, Town Attorney Finnan, Town Comptroller Elizabeth Greenwood, Assistant to the Comptroller Janet Nguyen. We also have Ray Smith, Diane Percy, Michelle Martinelli, Lori Peretti, Matt Yetto, Laura Robertson, Chief Koshin, Confidential Secretary Aaron Cassidy Dorian, and Seth Goldstein. Deputy Supervisor Joe Drescher. That's it. Okay. May I have a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the February 13th, 2024 Finance and General Government Committee meeting?
Motion to approve the minutes from the meeting on February 13th, 2024 for Finance and General Government.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Are there any changes?
No changes.
Okay. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Those meeting minutes are approved. And we'll move on to items for action.
Okay, the first item that we have is a resolution to appoint a principal account clerk. We had Nancy Riley had been with us for many years, and she has gone on, and we have found another person to take that position. The next item is a resolution to remit funds that were originally accepted through Resolution 2023-285 to the Schenectady County Historical Society. This was to do with the Winnie family, and we had accepted funds upon the death of the gentleman in that family, and they have requested, the family has requested that it go to the Schenectady County Historical Society to be used for a very specific purpose, refurbishing an old photograph that the society has that needs some work. So we just need to take care of that. The next is a resolution to appoint members of the Elected Officials Compensation Study Committee. Thanks to Jess and Jason, they've both sent me names, which I appreciate, and I need 3 more if we're going to have them on the resolution.
I had sent an email request. Did you get my email about giving the names to the people, to the board members, if you will, selecting those with the person's name, their political affiliation, if they have one, DRI, and their we're trying to make it a very diverse, right,
Yes.
committee. So I don't want to have all men. I don't want to have all women, right? And
Okay.
we want to have different people.
I can send you the 2 names I've got so far.
Okay, that'd be great. And then when we get the others, we'll put that out. And then I think everybody will then know who the candidates, if you will, are.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will email that out directly.
One other thing on the paperwork that we have here, it says finance agenda for February 13th.
Yes, that was not corrected. in
Okay,
Yes, it got printed before I had
No
updated
worries.
the date.
thank you.
Mhm. Okay, we're looking for finance approval for the purchase of a server for the water and sewer maintenance facility.
Do we need anybody to speak to that? Matt, did you want to come up and speak to that briefly? Or Seth?
Or they can talk together.
Okay, sorry. So currently there is no server down at the water and sewer garage for user access. They just got a new sewer inspection truck that takes videos, and we need a spot inside the office to store those videos. We also have the vehicle maintenance program, which is currently running on a desktop computer with users using it. It'd be much better and much safer for the data for it to have its own server. So, and it's a fairly small server, should serve the needs down there for at least the next 5 years. So
Any questions?
So that particular server you're going to have down there, how will you get the security on that? How will that be protected?
it will be. It's going to be connected through a secure connection back to town hall to authenticate users. There's already backup servers for town hall there at the water garage. So I'm just going to use some of the space there to do the backups, and then we can shoot it off. We can shoot it up to the cloud. So
Thank you.
All right, no other questions? Let's go ahead and vote. We need finance approval for the purchase of a server for water and sewer maintenance facility in the amount of $3,062.87. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, that is approved.
Okay. And Matt, do we still need this finance approval for the valve actuator repair?
So we have an actuator from the wastewater plant at a contractor's office getting evaluated. It needs to be rebuilt and repaired. I don't have a price yet. They're still working on it.
Okay.
If it's less than 10,000, I was hoping to take it to finance, but I don't have that number yet. So it may require a resolution. I don't know how you want to handle that.
Well, I had put it on here that if less than 10,000, finance approval. If greater than, it would be on a resolution further down.
Okay,
Any questions about that?
thank you.
Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and vote on a finance approval to authorize payment for valve actuator repair. If it's less than $10,000, it will be approved with this finance, with our approval now. If not, it will go to resolution. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that is approved.
Okay, thank you very much. Discussion regarding budgetary modifications. We will have some on for the end of the month. The next is a discussion regarding recertification for the standard workday and reporting for elected and appointed officials. This is just meant to be the reminder. It doesn't go on resolution this month, but it should the following month. So just a quick reminder that if anybody has that to complete and turn into the town clerk, I'm sure she would be very appreciative. We had two.
Is there, when an elected official does that, is it whatever they submitted previously, does it count for a certain amount of time?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Everybody that had to recertify or do a new ROA received an email from me in January.
Okay.
Yes,
So if you didn't
Not
receive one,
me.
you are good.
correct.
And if you're not sure, please send me an email and I can resend you the documents. I would think most people on the board would just recertify and not do a new ROA. Unless you really feel your hourly, your hours put in have changed dramatically, just do the recertification and send it.
All right, and then we had to add two resolutions from the floor tonight. The first is a resolution to appoint two people to the Board of Assessment Review where there are openings. Eric had asked if that could be added on. And the final was a resolution accepting an audit of the town court. This is something the town had not been doing in the past. And the way we handled this, the last 2 years, we had our accounting firm actually did the audits of all the elected officials because of the bank changeover that we had. So they did 2021 with the old banking system, 2022 with the new, to make sure that those reconciled out properly. And in speaking with the justice court system, they accepted those. And if you'll recall, we've had resolutions to accept those, and then I've forwarded those on. There is actually an entire book put out by OSC, of course, on how to do this. But the good thing is it's actually just one appendix, and it's basically a yes/no question list to go down with the court clerks and just ensure it's more of a process audit than a financial audit. So I had forwarded that on to the supervisor. She had gotten a letter directing that needed to be done. And if possible, if we could get two board members to go to the justice courts, and I can make sure you have all the paperwork you need. Just go through that list with the clerks. They're very organized and they do an excellent job. It shouldn't take more than an hour or two, and then put that on for resolution.
I was thinking possibly Councilmember Moskowitz, with your experience in the courts,
Sure, I'd be happy
and
to.
maybe Councilmember McPartlin.
Sure.
You're getting all the good subcommittee assignments.
Excellent.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
great.
you.
I will email you both the documentation that you need. And if you have any questions, just let me know.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that is all that I had.
Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be added from the floor?
I just want to talk quickly about the
RFP that we put out for the comprehensive plan. I mentioned it briefly, I think at Economic Development Committee meeting, but we put the RFP out for the comprehensive plan. We had 4 different companies attend our like pre-submittal meeting. And we had a budget of about $30,000 and we had only one submittal and it was $75,000. So we obviously did not choose to award at last month, but some of the things that we've been bouncing around in our department and with the supervisor who's been very supportive is, do we want to carve things out of the RFP and put it out again, which I had talked to our attorney about, if we wanted to try and carve it down so that maybe we could get something in closer to the $30,000 range, we'd have to put the RFP out again. Or another thing that we talked about was awarding the $75,000 potentially and paying $30,000 of it this year and then getting some kind of a payment schedule and then working on the remainder of it next year. I didn't know where the board kind of landed. I know Jamie's very supportive of whatever we need, but it's a big difference in numbers. So I just wanted to see if anybody had a temperature on that.
And I'll add a few thoughts why I am supportive of that potential solution. The first is that in 2022, I met with members of the Capital Region Transportation Committee Council. Council.
Yeah.
We had a name change. Regarding possible like grant funding for comprehensive plan, additional support from outside organizations. And they have said, oh, I'm so sorry. Thanks, Seth. I met with CRTC and they said that a town of our size with the budget, the population and the budget we have, in general, other municipalities have outside entities help with the comprehensive plan because it is such an important document. It guides our town for at least 5 to 10 years. It's something that most professionals feel is beyond the scope of a team of volunteers. Even though our volunteers are great, it is something that the town should invest in so that we have the best product possible to then guide our next 10 years. So that was one. Number 2 is workload. Being here every day and seeing the workload in the building and planning department, it's very clear to me that we need to maximize our resources. And those resources in the building and planning department who are on the comprehensive plan committee are Laura and Clark. So Clark has done a phenomenal job, stepping up his role over the past year as he was promoted to
Senior planner.
senior planner.
Mhm.
No, you're senior planner, and
Oh.
he's town planner 1.
Never
You're
mind.
the senior town planner, but Laura has really stepped up her grant writing, like phenomenal, and we have some really great grants coming up that that we've submitted this year. The $4 million TAP grant, the $153,000 linkage study grant, which I'm feeling very confident that we will get that. And we're working on a new grant with the new town historian for a historical grant to make major upgrades to the train station at Lions Park. So for me, I see this as investing in our comprehensive plan in an important way, and also being able to leverage our employees to use their time to go and seek out additional funding and write grants for important projects that we want completed in town. So that was my thinking when Laura came to me and said, well, here's some possible options. I really liked the possibility of awarding the contract and having $30,000 allocated from the budget this year budget the remaining 45,000 for the following year and really investing in our comprehensive plan to make sure we get the best possible plan to guide us for the next 10 years.
Add something. Also, with a good comprehensive plan, it helps with getting grants, because if you have something in your comprehensive plan that then the people deciding the grant can point at and say, oh, that's in your comprehensive plan, it helps your chances of getting that grant.
Mhm.
We went to it. I was on the planning board. We went to a training, and that they said that in probably at least 3 or 4 of the courses we took. So having a good comprehensive plan can also then help get the town more grants. So.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's just asking too much from the comprehensive plan committee and from our department heads to really do a good job with both their duties with the town and really formulating a very good comprehensive plan that, of course, we're going to rely on for the next 10 years. So, well worth it.
It's a good plan. It just has so much potential to be better, like with the changes that are happening in the world, like making it climate smart certified, like looking at the housing needs that we have. Like some of it is just a little bit beyond the scope of what we can do. The good plan, but I think we can make it a lot better.
And I've also had members of the comprehensive plan reach out to me, encouraging us to seek out additional support. So like Dave DiArpino sent an email, I don't know, months ago when we were really starting to think through this, and he strongly advocated for it. He was the co-chair, and he had to step away from that role because of his work commitments. And he was the co-chair for the previous comprehensive plan. And so to me, that further illuminates people who are volunteers have full-time careers. They have major commitments in addition to the service they provide to the town by volunteering to be on the comprehensive plan committee. But at some point, you know, they can't make all of it work. And so that just also illustrated the need to have outside support.
Yes,
Yeah.
Dart Strayer, I think the other co-chair,
Yep.
said the same in our Economic Development Committee meeting. And so it really is the right thing to do. Thank you all.
Okay. Did anybody else have any thoughts on that? So maybe we'll just double check and touch base, but possibly add a resolution to the end of, well, it's actually not the end of the month. Very soon here for our regular meeting.
Okay.
Okay. That's all I had.
Thank you, Laura. Okay, well, any questions or comments? Matt?
I've got one more item.
Nope, not allowed for you.
So last month, we voted on a purchase of a pump for the Fillmore Pump Station. The quote that we had was from, we had 2 quotes from 2 vendors. We went to go place the order for the pump, and it's no longer manufactured. And there's a new pump to replace it, and it's $1,100 more. But it's still cheaper than the second highest bid or quote. So it's the same vendor. We just have to change the resolution to the new amount.
You should probably either do it as a change order or an amendment to the resolution. You just have to get me the information.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't placed any orders yet, and we're
Okay.
just on hold. So it's going to be, instead of 13, just over 12,000, it's going to be $13,110.
Do you have the reso that was passed?
2024-77.
Okay.
Any questions? Good. All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Okay. All right, so that's all we have for the finance meeting this evening. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
And is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we stand adjourned, and we will start our agenda meeting at 7 o'clock. Thanks.